case, in solving this equation, find x if f of x minus f inverse of x plus 1 is 11. We need to know, what is f of x? Isn't that been the theme like in all of these problems? We got to get f of x. And if we get f of x, then getting f inverse is not really a problem. And in fact, I've even shown you today in the last couple problems how to jump a step and get f inverse of x plus 1 without even knowing what f inverse is, right? And that's a time saver on an exam. Okay, but the trouble is we have this. You see, this is not f of x. This is f of 2x minus 4 over 3. And this is what I'm talking about when I said algebra, algebra, algebra. When you have algebra, 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 that's when I use 3 variables. Okay? What I do is I start, when you don't have f of x, you have f of some algebraic expression, and you want to know what is f of x. What's the simple rule for f of x? This is what I do. I use the variable n. I use the variable n and I write this statement. F of 2n minus 4 over 3 is 6n minus 6. Okay? Now, since what I'm after is f of x, I want the simple rule. What's f of x? I say, I don't know what f of x is. I call that p. You see? This is where I equate inputs and I equate outputs. And I must use 3 variables, or I'm in trouble. I will get the wrong answer. You must use 3 variables. Do the equations. 2n minus 4 over 3 equals x. And p equals 6n minus 6. Now we are trying to find f of x, which we've given the name p. We are trying to find p, correct? And in order to find p, we would need to know n. So we should solve this equation for n. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Solve this equation for n. Cross multiply. So we have 2n minus 4
Is equal to 3x.
is 3x. And so n is 3x plus 4 over 2. Okay? Now come over here. We're trying to get p. Put the n in. So it's 6 of these things minus 6, right? 6 of these, 3x plus 4 over 2 minus 6. Okay, here we can do some reduction. 2 goes in here 3 times. Distribute the 3 in. We get 9x
Plus 12.
plus 12 minus 6. So plus 6, right? Here's my rule for f of x. Okay, half our job is done now. Now we have f of x. We can even put it into this equation here, right? We can write 9x plus 6. Alright? Now, what about f inverse of x plus 1? Here we come over here, we say f inverse of x plus 1. Don't know what it is. Give it a name.
P.
Call it p. It's an inverse, so turn it around. Right? So f of p is x plus 1. What's f of p? We have the f rule. Here's the f rule. Right? If I want f of 10, it's 9 times 10 plus 6. I want f of p, so 9p plus 6. 9p plus 6 is x plus 1. What are we trying to solve for?
P.
P, because p is this thing, which we want to stick into the equation, right? Solve for p. 9p is x plus 1 minus 6, minus 5. Divide, so p is x minus 5 over 9. Put it right here. Minus, now be careful, we have to subtract all of this. X minus 5 over 9 equals 11. Now this is just algebra 1, right? There's not functions anymore, it's just solve an equation. How are you going to solve this? You can take the 6 over, so 9x minus x minus 5 over 9 equals what, 5? If you don't like the fractions, get rid of them. Multiply both sides by 9. Okay, you see why I'm doing that? 9 times 9, that's 81x. Now here's where you have to be careful. The 9's going to cancel, but we have to subtract all of x minus 5, so you have to use parentheses here. Okay? And 5 times 9, that's 45. Okay. What do we got? Distribute, so 81x minus x plus 5 is 45. And so what do we got? 80x. Bring the 5 over, gives me 40. And divide, what's x? 40 over 80. 1/2. Okay? That's good, right?
Yeah.
So we want to find x. Let's take a break. A good solid